Today is Tuesday, September 30th. This is the 1967 Cadillac Eldorado, original Boeing movement clock that's embedded within the instrument cluster of the Cadillacs, both the DeVilles and the Eldorados. And the unit has been restored, but more importantly, I'm going to speak about the stem that does the setting of the clock, whereby you pull on the handle, or on the knurled knob actually. So this is the knurled knob. It has a tang on the bottom. The tang of the knurled knob engages the tang of the stem, which you may or may not be able to see here at the end. And then there's this threaded member which goes through the knurled knob and engages the threads of the stem. And in this case, the stem is broken. There's only about 2 threads left instead of about a 3/8 of an inch of length of thread in this replacement one. So as part of the rebuilding of this clock, I had to go in and change the broken stem, put in the replacement stem, change the press-fitted gear on the back of the stem that facilitates the rotational movement and resetting of the time. Okay, and now we'll be able to go ahead and mount our knurled knob on the end of the stem with our screw. We have an extremely fine Allen key. And as we rotate the specialty threaded member inside the knurled knob, you can see it recess into the knob. And of course that's because it's winding around the 3/8 length of thread. These stems are very common to be broken. Now we're totally snug and tight. Okay, and that's how the knob, the knurled knob for setting the time, can be pulled out and the time set as necessary, because the pulling of the stem engages the gear, which is press fitted onto the end of the stem. Okay, and that in turn rotates the planetary micro gears inside for setting of the time on the hour and minute hands. Okay, so most of these stems are broken, typically because of improper removal of the knurled knob, and obviously for people who are cleaning their transparent lens cover in the instrument cluster, or working on the instrument clusters, which are often corroded. You can't get to the instrument cluster until you move the transparent lens cover, and you can't remove the transparent lens cover until you remove the knurled knob. And without any proper investigation or seeking of resources for assistance, people grab a pair of pliers or channel locks or vice grips, and they tend to snap off the knob, and that's what happened in this particular instance. And so we had to replace the stem with the 3/8 threaded threading at the end of the stem, in order to accept the retainer screw that goes through the knurled knob and holds everything together. So this is George in Florida. I have over 75,000 specific items from 67 through 78 for the Eldorados, 375,000 items from 1959 through 1976, all the way through 78 for the Eldorados. I'm best known for my restoration of the Cadillac steering wheels, the tilt and telescopic steering columns, the power seat mechanisms, the instrument clusters, and other critical, hard-to-source, original vintage Cadillac items, including the restoration of these original General Time and Borg movement timepieces. Okay, and this will be going to my friends at P&N Mechanical. As soon as I get their okay to ship, apply confirmation. This is George in Florida. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. Thank you very kindly.